Here you go, dude, bro. Thought you footy boys wanted to have a little throw around the office.
Really?
Foul show. Foul show. Pretty cool boss, huh? Probably going to start calling me the man. The man. The man. Catch you in 20, brah.
Guys, Real Sport, Bar TV.
Australia's leading sports organisations have made a pledge to tackle youth binge drinking.
Now when you're watching your favourite sports, like football,
swimming, basketball,
netball
and athletics,
you'll see this logo.
It's all about coming together to have a positive influence on our drinking culture.
We're strong enough to say enough.
And you can be too.
Back your judgment.
Stand up for what you believe in.
Be the influence.
Well, we're here on Bar TV with the coach of the Seagulls, Dean Noonan. How you going, Dean?
Yeah, good, thanks, Peter. Yourself?
Very well, mate. Not too far away from the 2015 real NRL season. How's it shaping up?
Yeah, pretty exciting times, isn't it? Yeah, look, we're shaping up. It's no secret we've recruited a couple of players to our fold this year. They're fitting in really well, and yeah, look, we're pretty pleased with how things are going. It's a bit light on in numbers initially, but I think that's improved now, and on the basis of what we had last year, yeah, we're hoping for a big season.
Mate, the season's only a few weeks away. What do you want to get out of it personally?
Oh, look, I think one of our main objectives last year was just about, I guess, it's no secret where the club was at, and it was about trying to turn our club around from a cultural point of view and try and get us back to competing in the comp at a decent level. I don't think too much has changed with that. We've probably got a bit of ambition this year. I don't think we had a great deal of expectation last year, but we'd like to probably raise the bar on ourselves a little bit and hopefully we can compete more often than what we don't. I think that's probably our major goal.
You've been able to recruit a few players from different prestigious clubs, I guess, as well throughout the off-season.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, there's been quite a bit of press about that. And we make no secret about strengthening that. I think a lot of it was based around experience. The guys that we targeted, we really wanted to bring their experience to our club, mate. We've got again, no secret, we had a young roster with young guys, and we needed to recruit in some certain areas that were going to allow us to bring that experience to our club, and we feel like we've done that.
Mate, they've released the new draft draw this week. Have you had a chance to have a look at that?
Well, I haven't, no. Our President Grant Thompson-Lang just showed me, just before you guys arrived actually, that the draw is out. I haven't seen it, no, so it'd be interesting to sit back and have a look at that.
But I guess it wouldn't worry you, round one's round one.
Yeah, I guess not. We might have to change a few things. We were sort of working towards central at round one and some strategies there. I'm not sure if that's still the case, so we'll have to have a look at it and see where we go from there.
Mate, off the field, sponsorship is always important to a club, I guess, for survival as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Mate, the thing that I'd really like to mention about our sponsors too, F3 Motor Auctions is a major sponsor of ours, Cement Us, Swansea RSL. They came on board, Peter, at a time when, the club was struggling, and to me, if we can reward that, and if the community out there can reward that, by I guess patronising those sponsors, it's just something that we'd really like to pay back because, mate, it was no secret where we were at. We were struggling as a club, and for those guys to come on board and say, you know what, even though you're struggling, we're going to help you, we really appreciate it, And so.
And that's the thing out here, and I guess in rugby league in general, you know, if it wasn't for the community, where would we all be?
For sure, yeah, you know, and that's something that, again, we'd like to really push, and it's something that we sort of think that we're good at being out here, the southeastern corner, just to get our local community involved, down to watch a local game of footy, you know, obviously when we're not up against the Knights and that type of thing. It's just generally a good day out. Everyone has a good time, as they do in most local games, you know. That's what we'd like to bring back as our community to the club.
Western Suburbs, team to beat again in 2015?
Look, I don't think you're going to get anyone that's going to tip against West. Obviously, a lot of other clubs have strengthened. You know, Barney Miller takes his experience up to Cessnock. You know, Souths are doing some good things, but yeah, mate, you'd be a silly man to tip against West again. They've got a tremendous roster, and I think anyone who plays them would know that they're going to be up against it.
A few of the boys were telling me Seagulls TV's about to launch. What do you know about that?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know a great deal about it at all, but we've got a bit of a character in the club, one of our young guys, Jackson Davis, and yeah, he'd like to release. He wanted to do it last year actually, and we thought we had enough on our plate, so yeah, we're gonna let him rip. Hopefully we might be able to send you a clip or two.
Will do. We'll put it up. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Have a good year.
Huh? No, I told them 3 o'clock. That's what I've been told. So
Yeah, we had one of the late guys come in and tell us.
mate, it's been Comedy Central. So. All right, boys.
Well, hello everybody and welcome along to Carl Oval. It is round 5 of the Newcastle Rugby League. Great to be back here this afternoon for the Lakes United clash up against Central Newcastle Butcher Boys. What an impressive start to the season for Lakes United under their coach Dean Noonan. They've surprised everybody, but they haven't surprised themselves, and that's the main thing. They believe in themselves here, and what a start. Let's hope that they can go on with it throughout the year ahead. Well, in the commentary box with me this afternoon, we know this man from our rugby union coverage here on Bar TV. Gareth Wozzick, good afternoon to you.
Yes, hi Peter, how are you? Brilliant day here at Carl Oval, isn't it? I'm glad to be here. The sun's out, the sun's shining. Played a bit of football here myself. Rugby league, rugby union, bit of netball on the outside courts. I've done everything here, Peter.
Fantastic. Well, we might go through the side that we'll take to the field today. Let's go through the Central Newcastle Butcher Boys. At fullback, we have Tim Penny. On the wings is Josh Nielsen and also Dan Bamblett. The centre pairing of Nick Dwayne and Cale Bowen. He's back today, Cale. Look for him to carve him up through the centres. The 5 and 6, as I mentioned, Bamblett, Cook, War Boys. What an impressive opening few rounds from their half-back here this afternoon. Look out for him. He's one to watch. Jerome Wilson will lead them forward in the number 8 position. Jace Delaney in 9. 10 is Cruz Wilson. Brett Jarrett in 11. McBain goes to 12. And, of course, their captain and their coach is Rowan Kelly. The interchange bench for the Butcher Boys this afternoon is Chris Malborough. Yellow boots, you won't be able to miss him. He's the king of the yellow boots. We know that for now. Big fan of Bar TV is Malborough. Jackson Hill in 15. Collins will go to 16. French is out. He was originally scheduled in jersey number 19. Put a pencil through him. Matt Baker goes into the squad. And, of course, they're coached by their captain coach in Rowan Kelly. For Lakes United, well, Gareth, take us through their side.
Yes, looking forward to watch this Lakes United side play today. As you see them run out to the field just before. Fullback Jack Macklin. Our wingers today, James Avaka and Marcel Ikanofo. Centres today, Matt Craig. And in the 3 jersey is Josh Charles, Jay Sullivan and Brad Murray, of course, the halfback. Tim Harlow, Hayden James are your front rowers. Chris Adams, the captain. Second rowers today, 11 and 12, Dylan Harton and Rob Mason. And locking up the scrum today is Casey Burgess. Now, interchange bench, we've got Tasaks, we've got Ben Sams, Togatisi, and Callan Adams in the 16 jersey.
Well, Lakes United, they've averaged 25 points in attack. We know that they've got plenty of points in them. Their defence is quite good. They've only conceded 12 points on average so far this season, while the Butcher Boys, they might be running last on the competition ladder, but they've been able to average 16 points in attack and conceded 26. So obviously It's a no-brainer. They need to tighten up their defence today against a red-hot Lakes United Seagulls. The referee this afternoon is Tom Aylett. We're set to go. This is round 5 of the Newcastle Rugby League. It's Lakes United to kick off. They'll be running left to right on your screen. Perfect afternoon for football here in Belmont. So the Butcher Boys, will they get to the ball? That's exactly what they had to do, and that's what they've done through Bamblett. And he takes it back, and he's going to be tackled there from Harlow over the top, 12 metres out from his own line. The Butcher Boys now take it forward through Rowan Kelly, the stalwart for the Butcher Boys, the oldest out there, Rowan Kelly. Now to Cruz Wilson. He takes it upside the 30-metre line, put away there by Rob Mason. They're making easy metres out of dummy half here, the Butcher Boys. They needed a good start, and so far this is the start that their captain coach would have hoped for. Inside the 40 is the kick off the boot of Cook. He bangs it downfield. Mackin's at the back for the Seagulls. He collects it. He goes across field, and they're in there in numbers, led of course there by Jackson Hill from the Butcher Boys.
Yeah,
and he's going to be tackled here, 30 metres out from his own line. It was a great kick chase here, Gareth. Now we see Varka. What a try. He was able to score a few weeks ago up at Curry on the wing. It's probably the try of the year so far. This is Chris Adams, of course, from Cessnock, and they drop down. A minute gone here. They want a penalty, not coming off the whistle there of Aylett. They cross the halfway line. Now they drop down in the strong tackle there from Ethan Cook. 2 metres inside. The Butcher Boys enter the field. They'll kick off the boot now. They'll try and bang it in towards the touchline. Cut off over there, of course, by Bamblett. So that's his second touch, and he's knocked down there. Gareth about 20 metres out from his own goal line.
Yes, it's been breakneck speed to start off with, hasn't it been? Both sides coming off their line very quickly, and as we see the mistake there, yeah, I've been very impressed by the speed of the line by both teams, as I said before, Peter.
Well, hashtag Bar TV if you want to get in contact with us here this afternoon.
Of course, Bar TV Sports on Facebook as well, and subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Got it all covered, even got Instagram as well, so you'll be able to contact us on all the social media devices going around in the world of technology. So Lakes United now will toughen up in defence as the attack now comes out the back. And with the ball, this is Josh Nielsen. He takes it outside his own 20-metre line. Of course, Josh Nielsen, I think he's going to be a co-commentator in a few weeks here. This is the big bopper taking it up over the 30-metre line. Heavy defence there, led by the Seagulls as Adams. He takes it into the ground. He'll play the football back there, Bowen. He comes now to the middle of the park. They cross the 40-metre line. So the Butcher Boys, error-free start so far as they now across the halfway line. They drop down in the centre. It's 0-0 on the Bar TV scoreboard. Where's it going to come now off the boot there of War Boys? He kicks it into the 10-metre line, rolling back into the in-goal area. Will they have to play at it? Ikanofo sees the ball, sitting up. He's got to get back into the field of play. No chance in the world. Goal line dropout for the Seagulls. 0-0, 3 minutes gone here on the Bar TV scoreboard.
Yes, I think Ikanofo there just perplexed by the two lines in the in-goal. I thought he might have thought that it went over the line, and it didn't. It's the soccer goals markings there. He got a bit confused there, the big winger.
Perfect kick there. Perfect kick placement by the Butcher Boys. As you can see on your screen right now, Brad Murray, 31 points so far this season, 15 goals. This is it on the replay. Just sitting up, and who was there to bang him into the line? Of course, it was Cale Bowen. Back it comes now to the stalwart, and that is Rowan Kelly. He'll take the ball. Now on it comes this time to McBain. He's tackled in the centre of the field. 21 metres out from the goal line. Delaney is with it. Away to War Boys. He's got options left and right. He goes himself. Steps, weaving and crunched over the top. Put away there by Hayden James. 15 metres away from the goal line. Delaney. On it comes this time to Cruz Wilson. He loses the ball with the line wide open there, Gareth. 5 metres out from the Seagulls goal line.
Yes, unfortunate there, Peter. Steaming onto the ball, wasn't he? And I tell you what, this Central Charlestown team has come here to play today, Peter.
Well, they needed to. And so far, the fans have been impressed with what they've been able to see. Let's roll the replay. Look at this run here. Just losing the ball.
Cruz Wilson, of course, playing in the rep team as well, so he's been their strongest so far, by far.
This is Josh Charles. Of course, we're playing for the Creer Cup here today. $750 to the winning side. And then, of course, they'll be able to donate that money to a local charity. And the charity of choice today will be the Joshua Caruso Foundation. And stay with us at half-time. We're actually going to explore that subject a little bit further and actually tell you where the money will go and how that will help the charity. So the Seagulls are with it. Adams will play the ball. Back there now through the middle of the field. They come the commentary side. Seagulls through Mackin, and he takes the tackle there of Nielsen. Spinning out of a tackle, but Nielsen's back there on his second grab and wraps him up along there with assistance from McBain. Last tackle now for the Seagulls. Where's their clearing kick? Back to Murray. He's going to kick it. Thought for a moment he'll run it. That's exactly what he intended to do, and his intention came true as the Butcher Boys have it in the dry patch of the ground on their own 20-metre line. Gareth Wazick.
Yeah, definitely. Good scrambly play there by Murray, wasn't it? He got the kick away, a little banana on it, and it's cleaned up by the wing. And good chase again by the Lakes United side.
Now this is Jackson Hill. Takes the shoulder there of Tim Harlow. Ball played back from Delaney. On it comes the Cruz Wilson, right in the middle of the cricket pitch.
Yeah, a bit dirty there, isn't he, Peter?
He's a pig in the mud. This is Kelly.
He's been strong as well, hasn't he, Kelly? He's been taking forward all day, the captain coach.
Plays it back. Delaney. Now to Cook. Banging it downfield. Cut off by Varka. 3 tries last week. Varka.
Well, met by a wall of defence there, though, Peter. Very good chase there by the Central Charlestown Butcher Boys, forcing the mistake.
Well, just have a look at that football, Gareth. Black as it comes.
Mud footy. Nothing better than mud footy, Pete.
Brings you
Takes me back to my childhood.
The old days, exactly. Up at Singleton.
Yes, that's right.
Through and through, Gareth, the Singleton boy.
The Greyhounds up there, Peter.
Good old Greyhounds. Saturday night evening up there for you, hey?
Royal Hotel, Dr. Groove Disco. Nothing beats it, mate.
Now you're showing your age. This is Charles. On it comes to Harton. Playing it back to Adams. This is Harlow, losing it in the middle of the field. Dived on by Brett Jarrett. Now, Central. Let's see if they can have error-free football and create something for their fans that have travelled down here from Charlestown.
There he is again, Cruz Wilson. That's about his 6th or 7th hit up already with only 7 minutes gone, Peter.
Yeah, he'll take it forward for the whole match. Does the hard yards, led by their inspirational captain, the man with the ball, in Kelly. Delaney, back there now to Cook, upended, got a good passing game in him, and that was on display right there. They're keeping it alive, the Butcher Boys. 7 minutes gone here on the Bar TV scoreboard. War Boys, back to McBain, crunch in the tackle, 20 metres out from his own line from the Seagulls.
Yeah, good driving tackle there.
War Boys, left boot kicking towards the end goal area. Icanofo's in trouble. Will he get back into the field of play? I don't think he is. Yes. Well, he's been under that situation twice now in the first 8 minutes, and twice he's been able to be trapped in goal. Another goal line dropout coming up for the Seagulls.
Yeah, good chase and good communication to his outside backs there too, wasn't it? They came in, they swarmed, and they kept him in goal, Peter.
Well, that's the game plan, I think, Gareth. Bang it into the corner off the back of a good kick chase. And try and chat Varka as quickly as they can. And so far, their plan has come to fruition. Now, here's the replays. We roll it here. Look at the pinpoint kick off the man of that boot, Jordan Warboys. Look at poor old Ikanofo. He looked up, and Cale Bowen was there. Now they look up, and they find the captain coach in Kelly. 21 metres away from the Seagulls goal line. Plays it. Here's a penalty. Slow to release him.
I'll tell you what, Jordan Warboys is playing absolutely out of his skin at the moment, Peter. He's really controlling, really directing the traffic, directing his troops around the field. It's a really good display so far.
This is Wilson to his feet, back from Delaney, away down to the right-hand side. This is Cook. He goes one wider. This is Penny. He offloads the ball. Duane's with it. He gets it away. They're close to the goal line. This is Bamblett. And the Seagulls there to meet him. 0-0 on the Bar TV scoreboard. Back to Jackson Hill. 10 minutes gone here. Harlow gets off him. Back to Kelly. Mud on his face. but he knows the goal line is only 5 metres in front of him. Back to Delaney. He's dangerous. Can he get it down? 2
Just
metres
short,
out.
Peter.
He'll play the ball. Here come the Butcher boys. They're on a roll. War Boys cuts out 4. Finds Bowen, but the pass has gone forward. Pass has gone forward to Bowen. So it's scrum back. No, not a scrum. Last play. So back to the turnover. 10 out from the Seagulls goal line.
Very, very unlucky there. He had the vision. He had the foresight, but the execution just wasn't there, Peter.
A bit of a reunion background. You know what execution is about, and no doubt that's the foresight in rugby league as well, Gareth. But what a start from both sides. It's been a fast, frenetic pace game here at Carl Oval in front of a good, decent-sized crowd as well. Up around 2,000 people in here. And you've got to remember, the Newcastle Knights are playing at 4 o'clock at Hunters Stadium today on the Channel 9 live game. So this game was actually scheduled for 3:50, but they've brought it forward, and no doubt one of those reasons was not to clash with the Newcastle Knights. Look at this run. Inspirational run here outside their own 30-metre line. They scoot from dummy half. He finds Adams. Now it's onto the Warhorse in Harlow. And Wilson's in there to wrap him up. 2 metres out from the halfway line. They'll kick inside their own 40. Big kick, spiraling bomb. Penny's underneath it. Doesn't take his eyes off the ball at all. He knows he's got to build a field preparatory. And he's going to be tackled now, Gareth, inside his own 30-metre line.
Yes, very good passage of play there with a very good kick on the end of it. Good chase. That is Champagne Rugby League, Peter Jolly.
Loving the cliches, Gareth Wozek. You've got plenty in you. Of course, Gareth.
Got more cliches than a cliche book, Peter.
I was just going to say, comedian extraordinaire.
Not
here
doing
in the
too good of a job
box
today, though, am I, Peter? Very high standards in the Bar TV
Well, I
box.
think you only put on your best display when you get paid. Back there now comes the War Boys.
If only I was on half of what you were on, Peter, as we keep going back to the play now.
Over the halfway line they do come, and banged into the ground there. Central, through Cook, stabbing it in towards the end goal area. It will sit up in goal. They've got to play at it, the Seagulls, and that's exactly what they do. They try to collar him. Didn't quite come off, but Jackson Hill was in there. Now the Seagulls doing the hard stuff through James Varka. He scored 4 tries this season, Varka. Bagged a hat-trick last week in their win against Maitland. 42 points to 20. So they're coming off a string of wins. The Seagulls undefeated so far in season 2015. Impressive start for them as they cross their own 40. Approaching the halfway line, and Jarrett falls off the man in defence. Back to Mackin. He's away. He comes down to the fullback. He draws. He offloads it. They've juggled it. They've regained it. Oh, the Seagulls on fire. Last tackle now. It comes back through the back line. Spinning it out wide. They'll score in the corner. Josh Charles. He gets the first try for the Seagulls. They lead by 4 points to 0.
I tell you what, that was excitement plus here at Carl Oval, wasn't it? That all comes down to that ball that Jarrett got away around the midfield. They made the bust, they held on to the ball, and then all it was just through the hands. He threw the big cutout and try in the corner.
Josh Charles on your screen there. Originally scheduled in jersey number 4 today, but a positional change by their coach in Dean Noonan put him into the 3 position, and Matt Craig goes to jersey number 4. Well, that try was set up by the tremendous run as you're about to see right now on your screen. Look at this, bumping off Nielsen. He's no slouch in defence. Great ball, and their fullback, their live wire. He was away. Look at this juggle about to happen there. It was a bob. He regained it. He got to his feet. It was the last tackle, as you can see from Aylett. Numbers out wide, 3-on-1, and Josh Charles finishes off for the Seagulls. Impressive start for them.
Yeah, that run by Hayden Jeans was tremendous, wasn't it, out there? He bumped off one, bumped off another, and got the ball away. And the hands at the end of it, they were like you'd never see before, or again.
Here's the kick.
There's some people over there in the backfields with pitcher's mitts on. They wouldn't be able to catch that ball, Peter.
Maybe rugby league could teach a few things to the guys over there in the softball, baseball ring, whatever
Is
they're
it
playing
softball or
over
is it
there.
rounders? I think they're playing rounders over there, Peter.
Whatever they're playing, they can learn a thing or two from rugby league, like a lot of codes do.
That's right, Peter.
Thank you, Gareth. Back to the halfway line. Gareth Wozick, the voice of Newcastle Hunter Rugby Union, filling in here today. Nice to see him drop in as the ball goes downfield. Good kick restart here. And they're going to drive it out of their own in-goal area, the Seagulls. And they make it back to the 10-metre line before War Boys is in there. This I think there's a knock-on. Tommy Aylett's seen it.
So a good chance here for the Butcher Boys to strike back. And to be honest, it's been all them this first half, hasn't it? 15 minutes, we've seen them with a mountain of possession down this end. They just haven't been able to convert, which is a bit of a shame because they look really, really promising in attack.
Look at this run. This is the error. Bowen in there, along there with his halfback in War Boys, assisted by Josh Nielsen.
And here they go, Peter. Ooh.
Only 2 metres away from the Seagulls line. Central looking to strike back and only know the way they can. Back from Cook. It comes away to the 15 in Jackson Hill. And he takes it into the ground. 5 metres away from the Seagulls goal line. Looking for their first points of the match. This is McBain. Runs into Casey Burgess. Trailing by 4. Cook. Electric. Offloading. Back to Penny. Spinning it back through the middle of the park. Dropping into the tackle there to assist was Rob Mason from the Seagulls. Delaney goes himself. Good flat pass, but it's gone to ground. Could be play on. It is play on, says Aylett, is he? No, now he calls it back.
Yes, called it back. I think he got a little call from the touch judge there. Missed that knock on the referee.
Well, he played the advantage for quite some time. But
definitely
right
a
decision.
knock on,
Definitely a knock on. Of course, Tom Aylett is the wife of Kylie Aylett, who ended up doing a bit of a feature piece for us last year here on Bar TV, and it's one of the highest rating clips that we've been able to produce midweek. Here's the error here. So a scrum has been won, and they're coming outside their own 10-metre line here. Hashtag Bar TV, get in touch with myself or Gareth Wozick here, and we'll endeavour to read out your text as the play unfolds throughout the afternoon. And of course, we'll be giving you live scores updates from Hunter Stadium at 3 p.m. when the Knights kick off as well. So many a reason to stay with us here on Bar TV for round 5 of the Newcastle Rugby League competition. Out to their 40-metre line. The former goanna, Adams, sends it away. Bit of one-out stuff, looking to create space out wide. Coming back on the inside, looking for support. May not need support so far. This is Charles. Picked up the first try for the Seagulls. Looking to lay dangerous at every opportunity when he gets the ball. Wasn't happy with the tackle over the top. Last tackle. Kicking it downfield. Ball in between the fullback and the winger. Bamblett, a little bit of indecision. He's dropped it. Play on. Oh, they've bombed it. Chris Adams has bombed it under the post. Well, so close so far for the Seagulls.
Yes, very, very unlucky. They're juggling the ball both sides and not coming up with the spoils at the end. Won't be too happy with that. Probably should have pounced on it, Peter.
Well, we're going to see a replay of the indecision at the back. That's what led to the missed chance. This is it. Keep an eye on this. Who wants to get it? The bounce of the rugby league ball. Well, you've heard that 1,000 times. And, Chris Adams, of course, a lot of experience as well. Played VB New South Wales Cup for the Newcastle Knights. Played the odd game at first grade for the Knights as well. He's got a lot of experience. That's why Dean Noonan wanted to grab him to come over here from Cessnock, and he's leading from example from hooker. Back then out of the fullback in Mackin. He chimes in and he's tackled about 5 metres out from the Butcher Boys line. Plays the ball back then out of Iconofo. He darts from dummy half. Picked up many a try throughout the last few years from this region. Couldn't quite get over the line today. Back to Adams. He now finds the 6, offloading the ball, and they drop down there is Hayden Jeans. Short again to the right edge. They come the short side. This is Adams, electric from dummy half. He'll score. Adams is over. We just spoke about his class. It doesn't come much classier than that from the hooker.
Yes, just picked the ball up, didn't he? Showed it, ran with it, ball in two hands. The gap opened up. It opened up for him, and Adams was over. That's probably one of the easiest tries he's had in his career, Peter.
This year, for sure. That is for sure. As we just mentioned, he's played a lot of New South Wales Cup for the Newcastle Knights. Under Rick Stone, of course, a few seasons ago when Rick was the coach, when Wayne Bennett was the first grade coach. And learned a lot under the guidance of Rick Stone as we look at this nuggeting run, pretty much like Luke Prittis used to do in the Penrith Panthers days in the NRL.
Yeah, we know you've called plenty of Panthers game too, Peter, down in Hawkesbury Radio, so you know all about Pretty.
And Panthers.
Well,
10 metres away. World of entertainment. The old Aqua golf goes well.
The river rafting. You'd be a river rafter, wouldn't you?
Don't mind the old paddle. Many a day you'll see me go up the Throsby Creek. Not quite like the Penrith River or whatever it's called out there.
The Nepean.
The Nepean River.
And you blow up canoe.
Yes.
He's nailed that one though.
He has nailed that one. Straight over the black dot, if we had one here. Nonetheless, it's a 10-point buffer here.
It's a faded dot.
It is. The sun. That's what the sun does. No wonder we're all scared of melanoma.
Good.
10 points to nil. If it does that to us, a black dot, what's it going to do to your freckles?
Some lead-based paint. I tell
That's
you
what's
what.
needed.
I cover up every week, Peter. Slip, slop, slap is the message of the day.
And back here. Back underway. Bamblett sends it deep. Nice pick up there from Rob Mason. He sends Josh Nielsen, wishing that he wasn't here.
Barnstorming run, if I dare say it.
Over the 30-metre line. Here they go again. They're coming down the fullback. This is Sullivan. He draws. Adams is after his second try. He runs away. Chris Adams. Shut the gate try. All the Seagulls are on fire. They don't want to be within cooee of anyone here this afternoon in round 5 of the NRL.
Yes, very, very good setup play there by Mason with that run off the kickoff. He got the quick play the ball. Sullivan had the foresight to go short side, making the bust up the short side and just handing off there to his hooker in Adams. And that was a great hooker's backing up try, wasn't it?
Well, success brings the crowd through the gate. And that's what we've got here today. We'll get a shot shortly of the cars over on the Eastern Hill. Jam-packed. This is the replay. Gareth, talk us through it.
Yes, we see Mason picking it up off his bootlaces. Look at that. That is real NRL at its finest here. And Sullivan there, just the marker's a little bit slow, dancing through some poor defence there, just drawing and passing. And we said before, Adams scored the easiest try of his career. Well, that's probably the longest try in the last couple of years for him anyway.
He's puffed out.
I'll tell you what, his chest is puffed out. 2 tries. He's going home with a couple of meaties there.
Murray, 31 points thus far this season. About to make this his 17th goal. Can he do it? He can't. Waved away.
Shanked it.
Bar TV scoreboard after 23 minutes. It's all the Seagulls, the first place undefeated Seagulls, leading by 14 points to nil. Stay with us. We'll be having updates from Hunter Stadium throughout the course of the match from 4 o'clock. May even be able to provide a few other matches. Here's an error. They've been able to kick it over the dead ball line here, the Butcher boys. So we're going to have a goal line drop out here. So they've got it.
All sorts of problems in that far right corner, aren't they? They've been trapped in goal a couple of times. They missed that one in the sun or in the shade. I don't know what they've missed it, but they've missed it. They need to open their mouths and talk, just like what my wife says to me most Friday afternoons that go into Friday nights. Just talk to me. Just tell me where you're going.
What about the other 5 nights of the week?
The other 5 nights of the week are on the payroll, Pete.
This is Wilson. Inside. Seagulls territory. They haven't been down here much this side of halfway. They're about to change that. This is Nielsen. Well, he looks okay after he was bumped away. few minutes ago. Back to Penny. This is Matt Baker. Ben Sams is in there. Delaney surveying his options. Goes right. Finds Cook. Upended. Great defence by the Seagulls. Harton in there. 24 minutes gone here, first half. 14-0. First place side on fire here. Well, the Seagulls. They've been able to...
Good tackle there by War Boys. There's a little bit of a scuffle on him back play.
Well, we'll have time off here.
Jace Delaney looks like he might be in a bit of trouble there. Copped a bit of a head knock out in the middle, just around that 18-yard box line in soccer terms. Of course, Bar TV covering all your local sports.
He'll be okay. He'll get back up, just a bit winded.
Bit of blood coming from the mouth.
He'll come to the sideline, wipe that off, and we'll see him back. As you can see there, look at the mud. We've had a lot of rain here in Newcastle over the last few weeks, yeah.
The big wet.
But most of the grounds around, they've come through it not too bad. As now the Seagulls, with 15 minutes to go in the first half here, with Peter Jolly and Gareth Wazick. This is Callan Adams, originally scheduled in 17, dropped back into the 16. So a few jersey swaps coming the way here this afternoon for the Lakes United Seagulls. Jerome Wilson allowing Seagull to play it back to Adams. They cross the 40-metre line. Wilson's in there again, along with Rowan Kelly. Just shy of the halfway line. Last tackle now. They're going to kick inside their own 40. Wobbly old kick. Nielsen collects it on the full. So a gain of about 20 metres off the boot. Not the best kick.
Yeah, he won't be happy with that, Brad Murray. Not his best kick. He'll get back into it, though, and show us why he's leading the competition in Player of the Year at the moment.
This is Cale Bowen. From Bowen up in far north Queensland.
Get out, he is not.
Nice ring with it.
He is not, is he? Bowen from Bowen.
Bowen from Bowen.
You can't write that, Peter.
But you can say it, because it's true. 35 metres out from the line. 14 points to nil here on the Bar TV scoreboard. Losing it there, though.
Yeah, poor hands there by Ethan Cook, looking for runners coming off his hips and just ball popping free there. Good defence by the Lakes United side.
14 minutes out from the break. Couldn't have scripted better.
Unless you wrote Bowen from Bowen. That's in the script.
You probably get bonus points.
Oh, good defence there by War Boys, the halfback. I tell you what, he's been pulling off some big hits. He's playing above his weight at the moment.
Adams. Electric. Adams again. This is Callan Adams. Got it from Chris Adams. Of course, the captain of the Seagulls. Now to Murray. They're running the inside run, aren't they? To the 30-metre line. That's the fourth tackle. Back to Adams. On it comes this time off the boot of Murray. Kicking it in towards the winger. And going away is Penny. Well, the winger wasn't out there. The fullback had to do the work of the winger. Usually you'd find him out there. Not the case here, though. Speaking of Bamblett, he comes in, chimes in with a run of about 10 metres, as you can see. So the defensive workout is paying okay here for the Lakes United side. They're trapping them inside their own 15-metre line, aren't they? Trying to apply the pressure.
They've got the ascendancy now, the Lakes United side. They just look like they've got the advantage here, and they're coming up in the line. They haven't tied yet as the kick goes over Macklin's head. That's a good kick there by the halfback War Boys, was it?
Well, they got themselves out of trouble, Gareth. And now we see the Seagulls
in trouble,
trying to do something special here. They crossed up 40. Well, credit to the Seagulls, just going back a few moments.
That's a really poor kick chase there by the Butcher Boys, isn't it?
Well, it's going to be a penalty. Tom Aylett doesn't muck around in these situations, and that's why right here on the halfway line. If you're going to do that, don't do it with Aylett.
Just got them right out of pressure, though, didn't he? He saw the kick chase was a very, very poor and just put his foot down, danced away, and got down to about the 40-metre line.
Well, Adams
good run by the fullback.
Hits it into touch. This is the replay. Nielsen on the back end of it again. Well, they're targeting Nielsen,
He's
aren't
missed
they?
a couple now, Nielsen, hasn't he? They're going to have to sort of work on that edge defence.
Well,
The Butcher boys on both sides for mine.
This is Adams. Offloading the ball. Iconofo down the sideline.
Oh, good tackle there by Tim Penny, the fullback, coming across, reading it well.
Here come the Seagulls again. Adams sending across the back line. Sullivan on away to Murray. Ball's on the ground, picked up by the Butcher boys. Well, they've dodged a bullet there. The Seagulls were on fire.
Just tried to force the pass there, Murray. Probably didn't need to. And the Butcher boys swarming him.
This is Jackson Hill, Gareth. 3 men over the top to take him into the ground collectively. Just 20 short of the halfway line. On it comes to Kelly. Charging with passion and gumption. The veteran of the Butcher boys. The inspirational captain coach. Another inspirational run here from Delaney. They need more runs like that. They need to have an Adams in their side, but they've got Delaney and we know what he's capable of. Macklin goes away, collects it at the back. He's got the welcoming reception in front of him, tries to beat one. He does, got away from Cook, tried to get away from another one, but you know who was there, Gareth? Bamblett, to bang him into the ground, the goal kicker from the Butcher boys.
Yeah, very, very good chase in the midfield there by Bamblett.
Now, Varka running into Dwarn. Picked up 2 tries last week. Of course, South Newcastle knocked off Central in a close one by 2 points, 12-10. Shoulder charge there from Ethan Cook. Not quite to perfection as they dropping into the ground just on their own 20-metre line as the Seagulls take it over their 30 towards the cricket pitch area here. 10 minutes to go in the match. Adams, the Seagulls on fire. As you can see, 14 points to 0 as they go high over the top there. 4 in there on Matt Craig.
Yeah, good run by Craig. He kept going, didn't he? And I tell you what, this right edge is this left edge, sorry, for the Butcher boys, and he's getting a workout at the moment, isn't it?
Well, Penny showing it, going it, running it, straight through he goes. He's over the 40-metre line. He comes down the Macklin. They're chasing him. They've collected him and rounded him up. 25 metres away from the Seagulls line. They nugget from dummy half. Not going anywhere.
I'll tell you what, he's had an up and down match, hasn't he, Tim Penny? But that one was all up as he just absolutely split them then, didn't he?
Centering the play to the middle of the park. Delaney gets to his feet. Away this time to Warboys. Short pass, effective. 21 metres away from the goal line. Trailing by 14 points to 0. This is Cook. Offloading it, back to the captain and the coach. He'll score. He's over Rowan Kelly. He doesn't score many, but when he does, he knows when to score it.
Well, he had his head down like a bull to a gate, and he just kept going. Good ball by Cook for starters, and then the captain just took it forward, head down, saw the try line, and you're right, doesn't score many, but he scored that one, Peter.
Look at him sucking them in.
He's had an inspirational game too for a side that for the last sort of 20 minutes has been out of it, hasn't he? He's put his hand up and he's got them back into this match.
Captain coach.
As we look here now, Cook goes one way, gets a ball away almost to the ground, and there he is, the captain, just bumping one off and saying, I don't get many. Eyes are wide open and falls over the line.
If you ever want anything to do with ratings in television, you've got to get that man to get the ball in his score, because he knows to go to different IP addresses, his friends, his family. You'll just get 500 hits just from him, just watching that on the replay. Good old Rowan. And how many times will he replay that in the school? Here's the kick now from Bamblett from close range.
What does he teach at school anyway?
History. Here's the kick from right in front. No, he doesn't. Here's the kick. It's a successful conversion.
I'll tell you what, that'll go down for the history department, won't it? That try. Even though he does teach computers, does he?
He's a bit of an IT wizard.
So
our captain coach, Rowan Kelly.
He's probably got some program figured out that'll have it on replay all week, that try, Peter.
So 4.5 minutes out. They're back into the clash. Round 5 of the real NRL. #BarTV. Hashtag Real NRL. Here this afternoon with Peter Jolly and Gareth Wazick. Live from the beautiful Carl Oval as the sun's setting here out on the Lake Macquarie Peninsula. We'll be joined by Jace Allen at halftime to give everybody a bit of a taste of where this donation money is going here this afternoon to the winner of the fixture. $750 will be donated to a local charity of choice. And that local charity of choice will be the Joshua Caruso Foundation. So we'll get the president up and have a chat about where the money will be trickling down to for Joshua Caruso. Great initiative here in the Real NRL, and of course the Mark Hughes Foundation, one of the other partners going around here in the Newcastle Rugby League, of course led up by the Newcastle CEO Matt Harris, as now Varka going
good run by the winger there
to Ikanofo. And Marcel taking it to the 30-metre line. Adams, he'll go the distance as he always does. Speaking of him again, he's about to bend down at the feet there of Adams. Now this is Chris Adams getting it from Callan Adams, who played it back to Chris.
It's the Adams family, Peter.
We do. There's a few characters out there.
Where's the thing?
About to appear. Just don't know when. That's the mystery of rugby league. Here he goes again, Adams. Flicking it out the back. Back to Togatisi. He offloads the ball. And McIntyre has gone forward.
He's
called it back, and the boos go up from the crowd.
Yeah, the crowd not happy with that one. I thought it was all right from our vantage point up here, Peter, but called forward and very unlucky. It was good interchange of passing, wasn't it? And for mine, it was the highlight of the day.
Well, let's look at the replay and see how far forward it was. There wasn't much in it. Seagull fans filthy that it wasn't allowed play on. Look at the charging run. Big palm into Kelly. That was the suspicious pass, and he's called it back. Well,
he was right. He was Johnny on the spot.
Well,
wasn't
he was.
Anyway, we'll let him get away with that one.
Tom Aylett, one of the fine young referees here in the Newcastle Rugby League, right on the spot.
Of course, all the referees in this competition doing a great job. Couldn't have the game without them, Peter.
You couldn't. It'd be tough. Without the officials, here's War Boys. Ricocheted. Who will get it back? Position deep. He's the fullback for the Seagulls. They put it through. Ball hit the post. Lost it. Grounded it. Oh, lucky there. Murray was there.
Just cleaned it up there. I don't think... Was it Cook that went through on it? I don't think he saw that he fumbled the ball. He could have slowed up and dived on it.
Well, it's an interesting time of the match. We're only minutes away from half-time. There's a buffer here of 8.
Central have played themselves back into this match, haven't they, really? They were down 14. Oh, he's dropped it there. No, sorry, it was War Boys coming through. Just not enough desperation by the halfback. He's had a pretty good game. I thought he could have had a proper crack at that one. But he didn't.
And you can still see the dent just on your right-hand side of the monitor there of the ball hitting into that. It went into it at a fierce, ferocious pace. So the Butcher Boys on the bring back to the 40-metre line.
The bring back.
Wilson plays it back. Back is a key word in rugby league.
Fullback, halfback. As we go now to the lock, potentially getting the ball. Now it goes to War Boys, the halfback.
Onto the 5/8. Now to Jarrett. On his back. 21 metres out from the Seagulls line. Delaney now.
Are you going to back him in?
No. This is Kelly. He only gets one try, so I might be putting me money on this, but he's a beautiful ball runner to pick up other tries out wide. This is what they might do. They're over. They're over in the corner. Referee Aylett will consult with his touch judge and award the try. Well, the Butcher Boys, they're coming back.
They are right back into it, aren't they, Peter? But there's something going on. No, he's awarded the try, and it all comes down to the captain there getting the ball away, Rowan Kelly. And then from there, all they had to do was quick hands out wide. They did just that. And that's a great try over in the far corner. Kick to come.
Well, the pendulum We speak about that nearly in every match. It's been swinging quite a lot in the Newcastle Rugby League when we've had the live streams. There have been close encounters over the last 5 rounds, because we've only had 4 rounds with the washout. But we'll be catching up with that in the weeks ahead. But Central on the back of possession, on the back of Rowan Kelly. He'll be entering your screen right now. Look at this. Captain coach got a good ball in him. Out the back it went to Penny, finding Hill. Quick hands from Dwarn, and over they go in the corner.
That's just simple draw and pass, isn't it? But Rowan Kelly did all the work, really.
Look at that, slamming the Steeden ball down with the CRL logo on it. Does it come much better than that, than the visual? And we've captured it. So here's the kick now, leading into half-time here, Gareth. He's got the opportunity now, Bamblett, to convert his own try. He's right out on the chalk. Did you paint those lines before you came up here to the commentary box, being a jack of all trades that you are?
No, I didn't. I contracted it out, Peter.
To another company?
Yes.
Because I thought they were a bit crooked.
Yeah.
Here's the kick now from the touchline.
That's just my light fingers, mate. They're crooked.
Here's the kick, looking into the sun. Doesn't come much tougher than a goal kicker. He has got the wind behind him. Can he bring it back around? He's got the distance. Just waved away here on the Bar TV scoreboard. 2.5 minutes out from halftime. It's Lakes United holding on by 4. It's 14-10.
1.5 minutes to go here. I don't know where your maths comes from, Peter, but...
A cheap calculator. A cheap calculator. One that's
Kids
not
these
very
days.
good. Well, we don't have an official score clock here at Carl Oval here, Gareth.
Except for the Bar TV scoreboard, which we're going off.
And, of course, Josh Mason in charge of our clock, doing a good job.
One of the finest producers in the land, Josh Mason. Oh, bit of grass there, bit of daylight. So the Central Charlestown side just struggling to get to that. Oh, he's put on his back there. Good tackle, good defence by Lakes.
So Cook finds himself going into dummy half here as they close in to the first half of Rugby League here on Bar TV.
He's been strong, hasn't he, Cook? But for mine, Warboys has probably been the best out there, along with the captain Kelly, Mr. Inspiration. I think they'll be calling it at school on...
Well, he knows
maybe he'll say to the kids, don't call me Mr. Kelly, call me Mr. Inspiration.
Maybe. Here's the siren in the background. So this is the last play. The ball will go away from Macklin, going into the in-goal area. And he says, guys, let's kick it into touch. And we'll go to Oranges after the first half here at Carl Oval, here in Belmont for the Newcastle Rugby League. It's Lakes United 14, Central Newcastle Butcher Boys 10. Well, we might take a break here and come back and have a chat about the Creer Cup, how it all came to a head. And, of course, we'll find out whether 750 might be going to the foundation of choice. We'll take a break and come back here from Carl Oval.
Here you go, dude, bro. Thought you footy boys wanted to have a little throw around the office.
Really?
Foul show. Foul show. Pretty cool boss, huh? Probably going to start calling me the man. The man. The man. Catch you in 20, brah.
Sport Bar TV.
Well, it's half time here at Carl Oval, and one of the directors of the real NRL joins us right now in Jason Allen. And mate, what a first 40 of football.
Impressive, Peter. I'm very impressed, mate. I haven't been out for a game this year, unfortunately, to watch my old team, Lakes United, but very impressed on how they started. Obviously, last 2 tries to Central, a bit disappointing, but I'm sure Dean will be down the sheds there, and they'll correct that in the second half.
And a fair crowd here today, which is always great to see.
Again, I'm very impressed, Peter. For the last couple of years, crowd numbers have been dwindling at Lakes, but the boys on top of the ladder are starting to pull in the crowd. Yeah, mate, very impressed by that, and it's good to see.
We've got you up here to have a chat about the Creer Cup. Of course, they're playing for the Creer Cup here this afternoon. Tell us a little bit about the background and how it all came about.
Absolutely, yeah. The Creer Cup, it's a second year in now, and it's a cup that's charity-based. So the 2 directors in it, Creer Property and at Charlestown, Craig Nealon, Brendan Walsh, have background with both clubs. So Craig Nealon, a former player with Central, and Brendan Walsh now currently involved with Lakes United. They decided to donate or have a charity cup where $750 each time Lakes United meets Central is donated to a charity of the choice of the club that wins that day. So last year it was run and won by Central both times, and they donated last year $750 twice to the Wesley Mission.
A local charity this year, I understand it will go to the Joshua Caruso Foundation. How did Josh get involved?
Well, unfortunately, Josh passed away a few years ago now.
Yes.
With a heart condition. He was on his way to school in Belmont and didn't make it to school. So the Caruso Foundation is close to our heart as he was a Valentine junior and one of the feeder clubs for Lakes United, or sub-club affiliate.
Yes.
And the club Lakes United decided that they would help raise some money or send some funds towards the Josh Caruso Foundation. And what that money is directed to is towards equipment for children with heart complications or heart problems. And so they'll be sending the money towards the Caruso Foundation, which was set up by Josh's lovely parents, Belinda and Joe.
No, great initiative from everybody in at the real NRL, and no doubt the family and friends of Josh, no doubt will benefit from today's event.
Absolutely, and I will mention as well, it's not going to Lakes United just yet. That's Lakes United's nominated charity.
Yes.
So there's also, if Central do get the win today, their donation will be going to the Generation City Church as well, so $750 that way.
For future years, how do you sort of figure out which foundation to go by? Because I know a lot of companies and foundations here in Newcastle, a lot of them approach businesses. How do you sort of filter that through to know which one to go with?
Well, speaking from previous experience being involved with the committee, being a previous president here at Lakes United, we had always had a philosophy, no matter how rough things were going for us, we always wanted to be in a position where we can help someone less fortunate. So in years gone by, we've had Charity Shield Days here for the Breast Cancer Foundation. We raised, I think, $15,000 one year. Also, Wheeling Enable, a charity which provides money for upkeep and service and maintenance for equipment for children with disabilities with walking and wheelchairs and whatnot. But the way they look at it, they do share the funds around, so they look out there and they see who needs the money most and who's more local to the Belmont and Lakes United area.
Mate, I was just down on the sideline before we came on air. The silverware, it's quite impressive. It's a quite impressive cup.
Yeah, it is an impressive cup. I mean, it'd look good in any trophy cabinet, that's for sure. Obviously, that's a great little bonus, but as these boys run out, they're told, running out there, the 2 points are probably the most important, but the little kicker is, they're raising some money for a much-needed charity in both the City Generation Church and the Caruso Foundation. So I think it's a great initiative, and I thank Creer Property for doing that.
And of course, if anybody's interested in getting in touch with Creer Property, they're the number one choice when it comes to local business here.
Well, it is.
Creer Property.
I must say I'm affiliated with Creer Property, and I feel very proud to be involved with the company. But it's more about the boys' involvement, Craig and Brendan involvement with rugby league again. Their passion is rugby league. Creer Property is just a tool to help them direct this money to these funds. And in years gone, last year it was $500 per game. This year it's $750. They may look at upping that tag again next year. So it's definitely a great initiative by these two directors.
Fantastic. All right, mate. Well, we really appreciate you coming up here into the commentary box. Quick tip for the second 40. Can Central come back?
Central, I tell you what, they could come back, but I'm going to put my money on Lakes, being an old Lakes boy. And top of the table versus bottom of the table, it's an interesting clash. It's 4 points at half time, and anything can happen in the second half. I know, being a Lakes boy as well, the guys love running home to the northern end of the hill, so we'll see if Lakes can produce the goods today.
Well, you must be very happy with the way your hooker's going, and the whole team at the moment. To be undefeated, it's a phenomenal effort from everybody, not just the players, but the background staff as well.
Absolutely, mate, absolutely. When I left here, I had the unfortunate tag as the president, be the first president in Lakes United where we went winless in first grade, which is not a good tag to have. So the guys now, Dean Noon has done a great job with recruitment, obviously producing a great spine in the 9 and the 7. And as they come back out here now, we think it's fantastic for the next couple of rounds to come. We'll see how they go here now. Thanks, Peter.
Thanks, mate. We appreciate that. One of the directors here at the Real NRL, Jason Allen, spending some quality time with us here on Bar TV Sports. Well, we're back here now to the live action, and we appreciate everybody's support back in at the Real NRL. And as we mentioned, great to have Jason Allen spending some time with us here in the Bar TV commentary box. Well, we're back to live pictures now of the ground. The teams are back out there. Lakes United, are they able to go on with it? It's a close one. It's too tough to call. The pitchers will do the talking. Aylett is ready, and we're back underway for the second 40 here. The Newcastle Rugby League. And we see the Seagulls with the first use of the ball coming away from the southern end. This is round 5 of the Newcastle Rugby League. Great to have your company, Peter Jolly and Gareth Wozick, taking you through the next 40 minutes here of round 5 of the Newcastle Rugby League. This is Adams, goes short. On it comes this time to the big bopper in Rob Mason. He's going to be tackling over the top, 40 metres away from the line. They come back on the inside, don't they? This is Dylan Harton, 4 tries this year, 16 points. Impressive personal tally. Now they charge over the halfway line into the Butcher Boys end of the field by 10 metres. Adams bending down and collecting the ball back off the boot now of Murray, going high. Penny positioning himself at the back, does well. Trying to get away from Macklin, but Macklin is downstairs and traps his ankles from going any further. Now this is Cale Bowen. Only got a late call-up in the last few days from Rowan Kelly. Of course, he's in to replace Josh Allison, who was originally named in the program midweek. To the Bar TV pitches, creating the scene here at Carl Oval as the Butcher Boys, 12th on the competition ladder, as they advance it now to the halfway line. This is Jackson Hill.
Isn't it only a 12-team comp, Pete?
Well, I think so. In other words, last, yes, you're right. Back down to the Ingull area, but there's a nice way to say things, isn't there, these days?
Yeah, sorry.
There is.
I left my nice at home today. It's Sunday, Peter.
Oh, we love you who you are, Gareth Wozniak. We don't want to fake Gareth Wozniak when he comes into the commentary box, do we?
No, it'd be like
Kerner, the frog.
Like Torval Dean up here, isn't
back
it, Peter?
to D-Sacks. Over the halfway line they come. Seagulls to the halfway, led there by their captain, who's got them back into this match after his own personal try. This is Adams. They can't be asleep napping around the dummy half region here, the Butcher Boys. We know how he loves to exploit the gap from dummy half. He picked up a try, Adams, in a similar position. Back then out of Macklin. Try to get away from Nielsen. He's been in everywhere, hasn't he, Nielsen? He's been knocked out. He's come back from it. He knows he's out there to play rugby league. Now he's even got to bend down so the ball didn't even hit his head. The ball goes into the in-goal area. Losing it, going through. It was touched.
He spilled it. The unlucky corner, Peter. There's
what's
both
going on
sides
down
have had
there?
troubles down that corner all day. I don't know what it is down there. Maybe there's a bit of a patch of grass or something that's not growing properly. The sun's not shining down there. I just don't know what's going on down there, Peter.
But we know what's going on now. It's time for the replay, and we're about to see what actually did happen. It's just gone straight through. It's tunnel ball. But those lines, it must be very confusing.
Disconcerting, isn't it?
Confused a few of us. And that's not hard to do, I suppose. Down to the 40-metre line. This is Sullivan.
Science.
Backed it out of the 30-metre line, Gareth Wozniak. Of course, Gareth called the Newcastle Rugby Union yesterday. How did that go?
Yeah, good day. The weather stayed away.
What about Jimmy Gardner? He shredded 20 kilos.
Yeah, we call him Paleo Pete at the moment after the great Pete Evans.
This is Chris Adams.
Where's his counterpart, Josh Leeson, anyway?
Oh, he's over in Rome. He's doing what the Romans do. Now they're over. They're over the Seagulls. Oh, boy. They've hit the front. 18-10 with a kick to come.
Well, Brad Murray just split them then, didn't he? The gap opened up. He put the accelerator down and he went over in that troublesome corner. And that is a very, very good try by Mr. Murray.
Lucky for few, unlucky for the majority. Well, 18-10. This is it on the replay. Look at this. Adams. Man of the match so far.
Yeah, he got out of dummy half well then, didn't he? He saw the opportunity, came out, drew the man, gave it to Murray, who was hitting the hole like a back rower, wasn't he, really? And he goes over.
His personal tally just keeps on increasing by the minute here in the Newcastle Rugby League. 31 points coming into this match. 15 goals. He's knocked home one field goal thus far. He's personally tally now. He's into the 40s. He's about to crack his own half century as we go inside. Round 5 of the Newcastle Rugby League. Looking to convert his own try now from the touchline. About 15 metres in. Concentrating. Looks good. Hits it. It's a ripper.
Oh, he's absolutely nailed that one, has Brad Murray. And I tell you what, the Central Charlestown side did not want that coming off the back of half-time, did they, Peter?
10-point muffin.
10-point muffin?
That's what I said, wasn't it? Buffer.
Buffer.
Back here live at Carl Oval. We were on delay then, weren't we? Back there now live. This is live as it gets here in the real NRL.
Well,
you won't see
good defence there by the Butcher Boys driving them back.
Anything that's not real here. That's why we call it the real NRL. To the 30-metre line they come. Because the rugby league just goes on and on and on here in Newcastle. We love it. You've probably figured that out by now if you're tuning in from the other group districts that have their own country rugby league. Welcome to our product up here in Newcastle. Newcastle Knights going around this afternoon. This man's been going around at every opportunity, and Adams, who used to play for the Newcastle Knights only 3 seasons ago. Of course, he came from the Knights to join the Cessnock Goannas. Made it through to the grand final last year. Unfortunately, going down at the last hurdle to the Western Suburbs Rosellas. Was coached by last year the coaching extraordinaire in Craig Barney Miller, who has made the switch back up to the Cessnock Goannas for this season and hopefully for many more years to come. One of the finest coaches. We've got quite an astute calibre of coaches here in the real NRL. A lot of experience, of course, led by a number of guys that have come through the Newcastle Knights system.
Dean Noonan, the late coach, he's in
involved
the
with
system
Knights
at the moment, isn't he?
Well, Matt Lantry used to coach this side right now in the Butcher Boys. Now he's the coach of the VB New South Wales Cup at the Knights. So it's not just players that come through, it's also the officials, and that's why it's a strong local competition, and it works both ways. As the Seagulls looking to go on with
there.
it.
He's been a little bit quiet this week, hasn't he, Dylan? He's in the rep team.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen too much of him today. I'd like to see him running on the edge, running on the fringes.
This is Adams. Offloading it. Toga TC beating 1, beating 2. And Delaney's there. They put him into the ground. Adams now bending down again to collect the ball. On it comes this time to Murray. He's kicking. They'll score. They're over. Another try to the Seagulls. And this time it goes to Dylan Harden. 4 tries this year. 5 now after that one.
Yeah, well, I just said Dylan Harden hadn't been too involved, didn't I? And what do you know? They kick it to him. Little grubbing kick behind the line of defence, and he pounces on it and he scores a try, and that's one of the easiest ones he'll get this year.
Oh, Nostradamus Wozek here in the commentary box.
Not too dangerous, did you say?
Here's the kick. Let's go to the replay and get us out of trouble.
Nostradamus, is that something about my nose?
Let's get a shot of Wozek's nose. No, you're fine. It's just your ears that's the problem. He's the kick in the in-goal area. Oh, look at this. Harton was there on the spot. All good. And they are loving it.
Yeah, good foresight shown again by the halfback there in Brad Murray.
Here's the kick now from Murray again. Well, it was only a minute ago that he had an identical kick. And that's exactly what it was, only a matter of minutes ago. Seems like we're back. It's a replay of what we're seeing live. Tell me, this is live, isn't it, Mr. Wozek? Got to be live.
Well, we're getting all these tweets in, Peter, so they're obviously watching live at home on Bar TV Sports. Getting in the game, hashtag Bar TV Sports.
Looks good, the kick.
Yes, he's nailed that one again too, Brad Murray.
Well, I haven't answered your call with the paint, though, Gareth. I'm still seeing no dot on these crossbar. What's going on there? Wasn't that one of your duties at halftime?
I failed to get over there, to be honest. I was talking to the lovely crowd here at Carl Oval and plenty of rugby league fans down here enjoying this sunny afternoon, sunny Sunday. Good to have rugby league live on a Sunday afternoon. And good to be out at sunny Belmont as well. Home of the Seagulls, if you can hear them squawking in the background, they're everywhere.
Did you bring them along, or they're just here off their own fruition?
Yeah, they're following my $4 worth of hot chips from up the road.
As Adams sends it through the middle of the park. D-Sax is with it. 16-point margin here. Half hour to go in the Newcastle Rugby League for round 5. Chris Mulborough in there. Come off the bench today. Adams angling it back on the inside to the halfway line. Last tackle signal from Tom Aylett. Adams goes from dummy half. He's fooled everybody. He's got support left and right. Oh, he takes the tackle of Penny.
Yeah, nice work by Penny around the bootlaces. I thought he may have got the ball away to DeSax then, but DeSax blowing his own trumpet down the left-hand side and not getting the ball off Adams, unfortunately.
Losing it out the back. He's just lost it cold, says Tom Aylett. Seagulls.
Yeah, that was a good, hard tackle there by the second rower, Dylan Harton. He's really picked up his work rate since I slandered him before. And now he's playing for the people here at Carl Oval.
You've got to be careful when you come to rugby league. We've got a few players wired up. You know, when you slant them, they get it back
all the good
to
technology at the league, isn't it? Hey.
What are you saying? You don't have it at the Union?
No, we don't get that.
What's going on there? This is Adams turning it back to the left-hand side. This is Varka. He knows what's going on here. He's trying to barge his way through the middle of the park. Plays the ball.
Varka.
He is. This is Adams. Picked up a try last week as well. Back then out of D-Sacks. Chopped down there from Wilson. Melborough gets off him as well. Adams back to the right. Sullivan offloading. Could be a try in the corner. They kick it. Ball's gone everywhere. Back to Penny here.
Yeah,
Gareth.
good read again there by Penny. He saved a couple of tries here for the Butcher Boys. Without him out there, it could be 40-10 by now.
Well, Lakes coming into this match, they've averaged up around 20 points. 6 points on top of that, so they're going okay. The thing with the Butcher Boys was that they've conceded a hell of a lot of points in defence. On average, 26 they've been able to concede. Central, they did do it. They had a close one last week, just couldn't get across the line in the end. It was only a 2-point loss to South Newcastle. While Lakes United got up by 22 points against the Maitland Pickers. So we've got the washed out matches coming up next week here in the real NRL. And I'd just like to thank Morgan Campbell at this point of the time for filling in last week. He was up at Cessnock.
Yeah, good call by Morgan last week as well for Bar TV.
Well, he'll be calling plenty more rugby league.
Shaky ground for you, Pete Jolly.
And your replacement's getting his go next week. That's back there out to the 10-metre line. Shaky ground for all of us. 10 metres out for the line.
We're not in Christchurch.
No.
And here we go, back to the action now, Peter.
Marlborough, elusive. Thought for a moment he may have ventured to the ground with another pair of his boots, but no, he loves these yellow ones. And don't we love that as well? There's a little bit of an error here coming up.
You're a big shoe man, Peter, so of course...
How do you know that?
Sporting the new shoes, always taking the trips down to Sydney midweek for a...
Are you
for
stalking
a new pair
me?
of shoes. No, I'm far from that.
How do you know about my shoes?
Because you're talking about them all the time before the
You
match.
like these ones? Not really, he says.
They
40
are
metres.
Bar TV brown for our viewers out there.
How is your Bar TV brown jacket going? Is it still in the closet?
It's way out.
New colour coming up for the semi-final series in the Rugby Union. We look
You never
forward
know
to
what
that.
you get with Pete Jolly and myself. Here he goes again.
Harton. 15 minutes gone in the second half. The captain, Adam, sends it away. They come the short side. This is Charles trying to nugget his way a line. They're going to find him, holding him up. Doesn't like the aggression shown here. Backer comes through the middle. Adams to the 15 in Ben Sams. He's on the park. Off the bench. Held, says Tom Aylett. Adams again. Goes right. Picking up the halfback in Murray. Oh, Macklin's got a slap across the face from Bowen. Bowen's after him again, and Bowen says, come here. Bang! 10 metres out from the line.
Did chase him 30 metres there, didn't he, Peter?
Adams. Well, when you've got Bowen in your sight, you're not going to get away from him. A little bit of a lost ball here. Referee has called stop. So the clock has stopped here after 15 minutes of the second half. So 25 to go.
Yeah, Warboy's in a little bit of trouble there. Maybe copping a bit of a knock in the tackle.
Similar situation to what we were in yesterday for the under-18s down at Belmore. 16-point ball game with 20 to go, and they were able to fill that deficit quite nicely, the Cronulla Sharks, over the Townsville Stingers in the State Cup Championship final. Let's see if they can do a Cronulla Shark here. But so far they're looking good here, the Seagulls. Penny sees this one go over the dead ball line. Back out to the 20 for the tap restart. We've got 16 minutes here on the clock in the second half.
Yeah, a bit of lead on that kick there, wasn't it? Just rolling over the dead ball line. So Central now, they haven't had much ball, have they, in this second half, Peter? So they're going to have to try and do something, get down the other end of the field and pin the Lakes United in the corner somewhere.
They cross the 40-metre line. Up to the halfway line they come. 26-10. As you can see on the Bar TV scoreboard, this is Jerome Wilson taking it into the ground. Inside the Seagulls territory, Malborough. Back to Cook. Wrapped up, ball and all. Finally drops into the turf. On his opposition's 30-metre line. Now to Chris Malborough. He finds McBain. D-Sacks in there. Malborough. Back to the left-hand side of the park. War Boys kicking it into the in-goal area, but that's got
Poor
the
option
poker
there,
machine
really, wasn't
area.
it? He had options out wide. Maybe it would have been better to float a kick towards the corner. So that's probably his first blemish of the game with ball in hand there, War Boys. He's had a pretty solid effort. Probably been the best there for Central so far. Not getting much of the ball in this second half, though, as it's all been Lakes United.
As they continue to charge their way through the middle of the field. Malborough got a knock into the head there, I think. Knock to the nose. Keep an eye on him. He's just trying to wipe some claret out of his nose here. But here he is in again with three of his mates to assist. One of them there was McBain.
The Marlborough man.
The king of the yellow boots. This is where they find themselves through D-Sacks. We'll be going around the grounds on the NRL scoreboard shortly as well. Play is underway at Newcastle. It's 0-0 the score so far. Here's Adams kicking it into towards the in-goal area. They're coming through, but Penny is there. He's equal to the mission. We've got time off here. So let's go around the grounds on the Bar TV scoreboard. 0-0 at Newcastle between the Knights and the Tigers. And earlier today, it is 32-18. And there's just been a try awarded to the Newcastle Knights. After 8 minutes of play, the Knights take the first blood at Hunters Stadium. A try to James McManus. They lead by 4 points to 0 with a kick to come. That's the live Channel 9 game, and this is the live match of the round here on Bar TV. This is the kick off the boot of Adams. And poor old Wilson was on the back end of it, as you can see there.
Just copped a bit of an elbow. Nothing in it, not intentional. Adams just putting his arm up to guard himself, and Wilson just coming through on the kicker there, and he's a tough guy, so he's got back up. He is a little bit in Gaga land, though, isn't he?
Well, back at Hunters Stadium, the kick was a successful one from Tyrone Roberts. The Knights lead after 9 minutes by 6 points to 0 on the Bar TV around the ground scoreboard, as Wilson now being applauded for his tremendous effort here today.
Yeah, definitely. He's been taking them forward all game, hasn't he? Especially in those early encounters out there at the top of the first half.
So Wilson just coming off the park. If you haven't caught up with the NRL scores, the Roosters too good for the Bulldogs on Friday night. The Cowboys too good for the Broncos. The Warriors defeated Parramatta at Parramatta Stadium 17-13. A tight one on the Gold Coast. Cronulla getting up by 23-22. And Melbourne put away South Sydney. And then, of course, today, the Dragons too good for the Raiders. And the Knights, after 8 minutes, over the Tigers by 6 points to 0. We've got a match tomorrow, Manly playing the Penrith Panthers. But back here, it's round 5 of the real NRL here in Newcastle for the Country Rugby League. And taking it forward, this is Jerome. No, it's up to the 40-metre line. Which way will it come this time? Goes the dummy half. This is Marlborough. Can't get away there from his opposite number. In hooker position, in Adams. They're about to cross the halfway line. Ankle tap. The ball's in the ground. It's a game of hot potato. But the referee in Aylett says, boys, let's come back here. We'll have the turnover. Back to the Seagulls here. Right on the halfway line.
Yeah, you can see Ethan Cook on screen there, not happy with that. Jace Delaney kicking the ball away in disgust at his team. He's not happy with how things are going in this second half, the hooker.
So Adams just tapping Charles to say, come on, let's get on with it. And the Seagulls. That's exactly what their intention is. This is Adams. Away to Jeans, back to Adams. Always dangerous, always elusive. And the only way that they're going to be able to put him down is by collaring him.
By
and that's
the scruff
exactly
of the neck.
what we just saw there. Back then out of the 10 in Jeans, barging his way into Jace Delaney. He doesn't want to go into the ground until now.
Yeah, good work rate here by Jeans. That's his second hit up in this set of 6.
Back through the middle. Harlow. Centre of the field here. Adams running it to the line before offloading, chiming in, but that's gone forward.
Yeah, for a little short ball there, I don't think.
Well, Sullivan, he had the right idea, but I think the ball carriers just overran the play.
Yeah, I don't know if he was expecting it there. It was Rob Mason. He looked like he was going to go through as a decoy. Sullivan thought that the opportunity was there, tried the short ball, and unlucky, just floating forward.
This is it. Adams just, look at him. The experience of the hooker there, just taking it to the line, trying to fool the defence that's coming forward to him because they're just in two minds. And then Sullivan and that pass went
definitely forward that one.
As the Butcher boys now, well, it's all in front of them with 20 minutes to go in this one, with Peter Jolly and Gareth Wozek here at Carl Oval here in Belmont. Lakes United, undefeated so far this season. Can that roll continue to go on? So far the signs are good. Malborough, not wasting any time at all, sends the ball into the setting sunshine and finds the line just inside the Seagulls half. So we're just going to find a ball here and away we go again. So the tap's taken. 20 minutes to go in this one. Back to the captain. He's picked up a try, the captain and the coach.
Yeah, a little bit high there. So they're going to have something to say, the referee.
As the cameras go right into the...
Kelly's all right with it, though. Is no drama. Gives the throw.
So Aylett here will give a time-off signal, and that's exactly what he's done. He's going to call over the captain and the coach. Of course, 2-in-1 here. Our captain and the coach in the Newcastle Rugby League is the lock forward in Rowan Kelly. Malborough in there. So a penalty will not be coming until now, as you can hear from the whistle. So they bang it into touch again. So inching their way closer to the goal line of the Seagulls.
This is the first time they've been in their own 30, isn't it? Attacking.
Be interesting to see if they can come away with points. How many times in rugby league do you see it? You can be all in defence and then all of a sudden get some attack and they're finding their way over the line. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is Kelly. Back to Malborough. On it comes to McBain. Good ball. Creating space out wide. Dwan's with it. He's into touch. Is he? No. Only a metre away.
Close.
He'll play the ball back now. It comes back to Penny. He gives it away this time to the left-hand side of the field. This is Delaney. He takes the line on. Seagulls equal to the defence. Back from Malborough. They try to barge their way over. Through McBain. Seagulls equal to the onslaught. Last tackle, Malborough. Where's the kick? Into the in-goal area it goes. Can they trap them in goal? Can they get back into the field of play? The ball's lost. And the referee here will say it was grounded it.
So unlucky there for the Butcher boys, and good little kick there by War Boys. That's a better kick than his last effort. Just weighting it well into the in-goal, and the Seagulls with nothing left but to ground it.
So a repeat coming up. Wasting a little bit of time here, the Seagulls. So it's 26-10.
Just seagulling around, aren't they?
Well, they are. The wings are not
kick
flapping.
There by War Boys, yeah. Nicely weighted, just popping up. And
well, luckily he did ground it, because there could have been trouble. Back to live shot, as Chris Adams just gets a bit of water into the lungs, down the throat, from his trainer, who looks after him as well as all the other 12 on the field with Adams. So back underway here through the goal line dropout. look for it to go deep. They've had tremendous success with goal line dropouts this year, and that's just an experiment of why. 40, 50, 60 metres on the fly. Brilliant. Down to the 40.
That's an unbelievable kick, isn't it? 60 metres.
This is Jarrett Gareth down to the 30-metre line. 20 metres in from touch. Trailing by 16. Bowen chiming in from centre.
He's had a good dig today, hasn't he, Bowen? He's been everywhere. He's maybe not too familiar with the structures and the patterns, but he's put himself and made himself available every time he's touched the ball, Peter.
Jace Delaney playing it back to Chris Malborough. Now to Jerome Wilson to the 10-metre line here. This is the match of the round. On Bar TV, Malborough. Dangerous out here. If they can throw it, they could. Oh, they're close, aren't they?
They're very close.
So
Half a
close,
metre
yet
away.
so far. Doesn't come much closer than that. But they just couldn't quite get over the white chalk here in the...
If you're that far away, it may as well be the Grand Canyon.
Well, you may as
Peter,
well
'cause
be
you're
on the
still
other side
not
of the
there.
world. Yeah, good call. 16-point ball game.
26-10.
What do they
25
have
gone?
Apart from scoring, which is the obvious one, what do they have to do, the Butcher Boys, do you think, Gareth, to get their way back into the match?
I just think pressure. They have to keep this Lakes United side pinned down there. They're very slow off the line at the moment, so Lakes are making very easy metres. And you see just there the number 3, and Josh Charles it was, just taking easy metres up the middle.
Back to Adams. Knocked it down. Ref, Tom Aylett.
So this could be what the Butcher Boys need, Peter. Good attacking zone, good attacking opportunity. You see Jeans just getting up to his feet.
Well, they're going to get it back here, the Seagulls. It was a one-on-one. We'll have a look, if we can, at the replay there of why we're having this scrum. It was knocked down by the Butcher Boys in a one-on-one situation with the hooker in Adams. As Murray just looking to put the ball back into the scrum, and the lock forward who isn't there. Generally, that's Casey Burgess. This is the incident here, Gareth, through Adams. Just knocked down there, see?
Knocked down. I thought he dropped it cold, but no, you can just see.
Well, Joe Wilson.
The big man.
Yeah, as
Jerome
Adams.
Wilson.
Back to Varka. Running into Dewarn. 2 tries coming into today's clash here in the Newcastle Rugby League. Barging their way to the halfway line. Nobody wants to put him down.
Nice run there by Harton, wasn't it? He certainly has come into his own in this second half.
Adams to the 30-metre line. They bash and barge their way forward. This is Harlow. Slow release, and that's why too slow. You've got to get off him quicker than that. Oh, hello. Bit of push and shove here.
Hello, Harlow. Says Big Wilson. Bit of push and shove. Nothing in it at all, though, Peter.
So Touchy puts his flag up, as you can see. They're 20 metres away from the Butcher Boys goal line.
Just on a side note, Peter, that's really poor discipline from the Butcher Boys. They needed to play the game up the other end of the park and put some pressure on Lakes United. But,
clumsy.
Drop ball there, but...
Your mate Harton there.
Central are now down on their own 10-metre line, and now they've got to play a good 100 set to get to the other side of the field.
Well, Dylan Harton just right of your screen, just packing back into the second row. 5 tries this year, Harton, as you can see there. The mud as he locks in to the second row as they now come outside their own 20-metre line here. This is the Newcastle Rugby League. You're with Peter Jolly, assisted in the commentary box by Gareth Wozick. So far, we're seeing why the Lakes United side are first on the ladder.
Kelly's been absolutely crunched in that tackle there. The captain, he dropped the ball, but he didn't hit the deck, but he was hit very, very hard. And credit to his toughness. He just gets back into it, doesn't he, Kelly?
Let's go around the grounds in the NRL. The Tigers have been able to strike back. It's 6-all at Hunters Stadium. This is the replay here in the real NRL. The ball just jolted free there with the possession of Rowan Kelly. Richards has gone over. Converted by Hallertau. As we see now, they're looking for more points. Back to Macklin. He'll score. He's over. Try time for the Seagulls. Oh, it's 30-10 with a kick to come.
Wasn't he? Macklin just opened up the afterburners there. He got on the outside of his man, and no one looked like catching him. Brett Jarrett was coming to no effect there. He just didn't have the pace to compete with the fullback who has been splitting them up the middle all game. But this time he goes around them as we look at the replay.
Solid collision there, wasn't it?
Yeah, he can over.
Bowen, yeah. And but that just created the space to Jack Mackin, and he's in the corner.
Jack Mack
is back. And the Seagulls on fire here in the Newcastle Rugby League competition. 10 minutes to go. And Dean Noonan and his staff, credit to them. From where they've been to where they are now positioned after round 5.
Yeah, not many people expecting this in the real NRL with Lakes United at the top of the ladder, were they? But they've proved all their doubters wrong, all their knockers wrong, and that's how they do it out of Belmont.
Murray, 21 metres out, looking to convert the try. Late in the match, can't do it, just waved away.
Murray has absolutely muzzled that one.
So 20-point ball game here in the real NRL.
He's had a good day with the boot though, hasn't he, Murray? 30-10, this score threatening to blow right out now. And you'd probably think that Central can't get themselves back into the match, but they will want to get some more respect on the scoreboard, Peter.
Brad Murray, one of the shining lights for Western Suburbs last year, came over, he made the switch, along with Chris Adams. So Dean Noonan recruited well in the off-season. He said to us in the pre-season interview when we came out here in mid-February that he needed to straighten up the ruck, and Adams was his go-to man. And what a pivotal point it has been today for that ruck area, because he's just carved them up, Adams, as this man has done so as well. Charles down the sideline. Varka's on his inside, but the touchy puts his flag up. It's a carve-up-a-thon here at Carl Oval.
Yeah, Varka, he was in open space. If Charles had got that ball away, and he just put his head up to the clouds and said, what the Varka is going on here?
And this is it on the replay. Look at this speed to burn. Look for the touch on the line. There it is there.
Yeah, the foot just goes out, doesn't it?
And Nick Dwan over the top. 2 tries last week. Speed to burn himself. An electrifying centre 3/4. So let's see what they can do in the remaining 8 minutes of the match. This is Josh Nielsen running at Jay Sullivan.
A bit of a swinging arm in there.
Mason over the top, yeah.
Nothing to it though. He's had a bit of a word too, bit of a chat.
This is Collins in heavy traffic.
That was the big bear jump there by
Tim Harlow.
Tim Harlow, wasn't it? The big Harlow hello.
Delaney. Full back chiming in Penny.
Oh, it's going to be trouble here, isn't it?
He's called it back though. So don't get too carried away, everyone. We're back to the halfway line. Tom Aylett getting a reception that he probably doesn't want to hear, but the man in the middle's got the whistle, and we abide by the whistle. And the rest is history. Back to the halfway line for the scrum. And Ethan Cook will put it in. Time off here. We'll stop the clock at 33 minutes and 20 seconds. 30-10 here on the Bar TV scoreboard. Time back underway as Cook puts it in. Malborough, first receiver, through the middle of the mud. Bowen's with it. Always elusive, always looking for a try. Bowen hasn't got one today. There's not that many games that Bowen doesn't pick up a try.
He's been strong though.
Around the grounds, the Newcastle Knights have got a try. They lead the Tigers after 22 minutes by 12 points to 6. Back to Kelly. Upended! Gets up like a 21-year-old. On it comes this time short. Collins, it was flat.
Yeah,
it's gone
flat
forward.
Unlucky. I thought that was okay. I'll tell you what, Harlow is bringing the aggression now with 10 minutes remaining, isn't he? He's showing why he's the wily old veteran. Just getting in these young butcher boys' heads. Having a good chat.
Harlow there. Just eyeing off his big bopper in front of him in the 16, which is Sam Collins. As Rowan Kelly just going over to...
He's not happy, is he,
Aylett.
Kelly?
Assisted there by Ethan Cook. But Aylett
Referee just saying, get on with it.
saying, guys, we've only got 6 minutes to go. Let's just get on with it. Let's just play it fair and square down to the end. Still in numbers, aren't they? They need a tackle, and they do there, the Butcher boys. Speaking of Sam Collins from the front row, look at the size of him. Giant.
Yeah, big Bob. We haven't seen too much of him today. Well, that's good defence by the Butcher boys. Still playing for keeps with 5 minutes remaining.
Well, Rowan Kelly is fired up. Leading again from the front. Unfortunately, though, on the back end of a 20-point scoreboard. Malborough downstairs with Nielsen over the top. Halfway line, this is Harlow.
Oh, he's been picked up and driven by Kelly. And Kelly says, I'm a veteran, you're a veteran. Let's have a mud wrestle.
Little chip and chase. Who's going to have the last laugh? Dwan does. Bends down, picks it up off his own 30-metre line here. So the Butcher boys, it's the story of their half, hasn't it? The second half especially. They haven't crossed that half.
Oh, he's
much,
lost the
but they're
ball
about
there
to do
too.
it now. Ankle tapped as he was getting the crowd booing Aylett. Not intimidated, our little man out there in the middle. Banging it into touch.
I don't think it deserved the penalty, though. As we look now at this hit, the two veterans meeting in the middle. Kelly comes over the top. It was more, I guess, Dean McBain with a hit, but Kelly certainly not shying away from it either.
This is Collins. Malborough, the workhorse. On the wrong end side of the scoreboard, this is Kelly. Malborough. Cook. Bamblett. Varka assisting. He sent it in Dwan. Playing it back. Delaney looking for a gap. Not finding it. Finds the shoulder of Tim Harlow. This is Malborough. Back through the middle of the park they come. 20-point deficit here.
Warboys calling for it now.
This is the last tackle. Here's the kick high. Up and they go, and diffused brilliantly by Ikanofo. Back out to the 20 we come, with only 2.5 minutes remaining here in round 5 of the Newcastle Rugby League.
He's had a solid second half, hasn't he, Ikanofo? Been everywhere making yards.
McBain from the Butcher boys assisting with Collins. They go short to Harlow. The big prop. He'd be finding it hard going out there.
The legs would be heavy, you think, Pete?
I think so.
Oh, good run there.
Look at the
Rob
run
Mason.
by Rob Mason. They've picked him up around the crutch area and said, get that, Mr. Mason, on the halfway line. Collins gets off him. Over the halfway line they come. This is Jeans. Rowan Kelly trying to get that ball. The ball comes free. Picked up by D-Sacks. Offloading. Trouble.
Oh, unlucky on
Kicked
the
ahead.
inside
Could be
there.
play on. It is play on. Seagulls going away to collect the football on his 10-metre line. This might bring a penalty. Referee will give it to the Butcher Boys here, just on their 20-metre line, the Seagulls. So what will they do? We'll stop the clock again at 38-23.
Last chance to get some points here for the Butcher Boys, 30-10, so not a complete blowout. The score probably favours Lakes. It's been a pretty tough encounter here, but Lakes just taking their opportunities, Peter.
Collins is with it. Malborough surveying his options. Finds Jace Delaney. 2 minutes ago. Malborough back to Cook. He takes the line on. Put down there from Bad Murray.
Yeah, probably should have given it there, Cook. He's a little bit...
Malborough, elusive. Can't nugget his way over though, Gareth, and they wrap him up, ball and all. A metre away from the Seagulls line.
Just going for anything now, aren't they? The Butcher Boys looking to get some final points.
Delaney kicking. Where's the chasers? They're coming through to score. They're over.
Yeah, nice try there to War Boys, just coming through onto the kick, onside. And he deserves that try. He's been probably their best out there for the Butcher Boys.
They're nugging little halfback. He knew it was on. He knew the play was on. He knew he had to get through somehow. And that's exactly what he did. So we've got time off here in the last 30 seconds of this match. The kick will come from the try scorer. Converts 30 points to 16 here on the Bar TV scoreboard with 20 seconds to go in the match. This is it on the replay.
Yeah, we look here and sums it up well, doesn't he? Delaney and War Boys just pouncing on that. Aware to the situation. He's been aware all game. And he'll wear that one.
With a badge of honour.
That's right.
14-point ball game. 20 seconds to go. This is the Creer Cup for 2015. Lakes United. They'll be taking the Creer Cup. The siren goes in the background. That's all she's wrote in the Newcastle Rugby League after round 5. Lakes United, too good for Central Newcastle Butcher Boys. 30 points to 16.
Yeah, what a good game of rugby league here we've had at Carl Oval, Peter. I tell you what, both sides went hard at it in the early stages. I think the Lakes United, too well drilled, too well focused, and just came over the top of a Central Charlestown team who, I guess, lost their structure, lost their way through the middle parts of the second half there, Peter. For mine, I'd have to say that the hooker, Adams, he was probably the best on the field. He created all the opportunities. He put the spark in the team, in the game, and that's what got them home today, Peter.
So Lakes United still remain undefeated after round 5 of the Newcastle Rugby League competition. What an effort. What a team. They'll be a real force if they can continue to play the way we've seen in the first 5 rounds of this competition. Well, Gareth, thanks for dropping in today. Really appreciate it. We'll see you back in the chair for the Newcastle Hunter Rugby Union shortly.
Yes, definitely next week. We'll be covering Merrill the Carlton versus the Wanderers side. So thanks very much, everyone, for joining me this week at the real NRL. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Okay, well, we'll leave you now with these pictures. It's Bar TV. We'll be back later on. Enjoy your week, and we'll see you soon.